Most people think investing is a numbers game. Buy low, sell high, sit back, get rich. That sounds simple, but in reality, investing is a psychological war, and the game changes completely as you move from one level to the next. What works when you are starting out can fail badly when you grow. What feels smart today can become a mistake tomorrow. And the reason so many people lose money is not because they never started. It is because they never understood which stage they were actually in. So in this video, I want to take you through the 8 levels of investing, not as a boring finance lesson, but as a real journey. A journey where your mindset changes, your risk changes, your emotions change, and the entire game changes with it. And by the end, you may realize something powerful. You are not just learning how investing works, you are learning how investors evolve. At the first level, investing is not really investing yet. It is survival. This is the stage where money is tight, the bills never stop, and even a small mistake can feel huge. At this level, people are not thinking about compound interest. They are thinking about rent, groceries, debt, emergencies, and whether the month will end before the money does. And that matters, because when you are in survival mode, risk feels personal. Every unexpected expense becomes a reminder that your financial foundation is still weak. That is why people at this stage often avoid investing entirely. Not because they are lazy, not because they are ignorant, but because they do not yet have the safety margin to take real risk. And if they do invest too early, they usually make one of 2 mistakes. They either panic the moment prices move against them, or they put money into something they do not understand and need the money back too soon. So the first real goal is not profit. The first goal is stability. A small emergency fund, better spending control, less debt, more breathing room. Because until your money has room to breathe, investing will always feel like pressure. Then comes the moment everything changes. You finally invest for the first time. Maybe it is a stock. Maybe it is a mutual fund. Maybe it is an ETF. Maybe it is just a small test because you want to see how the game works. And honestly, this is one of the most exciting moments in the entire journey because now your money can grow on its own. It is no longer just being spent, it is working. But this is also where many beginners get emotionally exposed because once you enter the market, every movement starts to feel meaningful. If it goes up, you feel brilliant. If it goes down, you feel foolish. A few green days can make you overconfident. A few red days can make you want to quit. And this is where the reality hits. The market does not care about your feelings. It only rewards patience, discipline, and consistency over time. At this level, the biggest danger is excitement. People think one good decision means they now understand investing. They buy because of fear of missing out. They sell because of fear of losing money. They treat their first few results like a verdict on their intelligence. But investing is not a test you pass in one day. It is a skill you build over years. This is the stage where you are supposed to learn, not impress anyone. Because the investor who survives is usually the one who starts slow. After a few experiences, the investor starts seeing patterns. They begin reading charts, watching financial videos, following market news, listening to experts, and suddenly they feel like they are finally becoming sharp. This is the stage where confidence grows fast, sometimes faster than wisdom, because once someone sees a few patterns, they often start believing they can predict the game. They think they found a shortcut. They think they can catch the next big move. They think if they just study enough, they can avoid every mistake. But this stage has a trap. Learning patterns is useful. Becoming obsessed with patterns is dangerous. A lot of people at this level start over-trading. They keep buying and selling. They try to catch every move. They confuse motion with progress. And the result is usually stress. The deeper truth here is simple. Understanding a market is not the same as understanding yourself. You may know what should happen in theory, but if you cannot control your emotions in real time, the theory becomes useless. So this stage is really about discipline, not just learning how markets behave, learning how you behave under pressure. And that is a much harder lesson. Then something important happens. The investor stops thinking in single bets. They start thinking in systems. This is the beginning of real structure. They no longer ask only, what should I buy? They ask, what role should this asset play in my portfolio? That is a major shift. Because now investing is not just about chasing returns, it is about building balance. Some assets are meant to grow, some are meant to protect, some are meant to provide income, some are meant to stay steady while everything else is moving. This is the stage where diversification begins to matter. Not because it sounds smart, but because real life is unpredictable.
Your job can change. Rates can rise. Inflation can hurt. A sector can crash. A country can slow down. So a strong portfolio is not built around one lucky idea. It is built around resilience. At this level, the investor begins to understand that boring can be beautiful. Because boring often survives. And survival creates compounding. This stage is also where emotional calm becomes a real advantage. You stop needing every trade to be exciting. You stop needing to be the smartest person in the room. You just want a portfolio that can last. And in investing, lasting is everything. Now the investor starts seeing the bigger picture. They realize markets do not move in straight lines. They move in cycles. Fear becomes greed. Greed becomes fear. Optimism becomes panic. Panic becomes opportunity. This is one of the most valuable lessons in investing, because once you understand cycles, you stop reacting like every headline is a disaster. You stop believing every rally will last forever. You start asking smarter questions. Where are we in the cycle? What is already priced in? What is the crowd not seeing? What happens if the environment changes? This is where investing becomes less emotional and more strategic. You begin to recognize that hype is temporary, that pain is temporary too, that the market is often loud, but history is often repetitive. And once that sinks in, your behavior changes. You become calmer in downturns, more careful in euphoric markets, less easily manipulated by headlines. But there is still a risk here. Because understanding cycles can make people arrogant. They start believing they can call every turn. They assume they know what comes next. But cycles repeat in pattern, not in perfect detail. Every cycle is different in its own way. So the lesson is not to predict perfectly. The lesson is to prepare intelligently. At this stage, money starts to feel more serious. The investor is no longer just asking, can this make me money? They are asking, is this the best use of my money right now? That shift is everything. Because capital is limited. Every decision comes with a trade-off. If you put money here, you cannot use it there. So now the game becomes one of allocation. Should I invest more into growth? Should I keep cash for opportunities? Should I reduce debt first? Should I move into something safer? Should I back a business instead of a market asset? This is where smarter investors begin to separate themselves. They stop thinking emotionally about every idea. They start thinking in terms of opportunity cost. That means they compare every option against the next best alternative. Not every good idea is a good investment. Not every strong trend deserves capital. Not every chance deserves action. And once you understand this, your decisions get cleaner. You become more selective, more patient, less desperate. You stop trying to participate in everything. And that alone can save years of mistakes. Because at this level, the question is not just how to make money. It is how to place money where it has the highest chance of working well. That is what strategic capital allocation is really about. This is where the game becomes powerful. At level 7, the investor stops looking for equal risk, equal reward decisions. Instead, they start looking for asymmetry. That means they ask, if I risk a small amount, can I get a large outcome? If I am wrong, how much do I lose? If I am right, how much can I gain? This is one of the deepest shifts in investing. Because now the focus is not on being right all the time. It is on making sure the upside is worth the risk. People at this level understand something very important. A few strong winners can do more than many average decisions. That means they become more selective. They stop forcing every trade. They stop chasing every trend. They stop needing constant action. Instead, they wait for situations where the numbers make sense, where the downside is controlled, where the upside is meaningful, where the odds are favorable. This is not gambling. It is discipline at a higher level. And emotionally, this stage is freeing because you no longer need every decision to be perfect. You only need your process to make sense over time.
That change alone can transform the way you invest.
Now we reach the highest level. At this stage, the investor is no longer just buying assets. They are owning parts of systems, businesses, real estate, income-producing assets, equity, long-term holdings, things that can continue working even when they are not actively watching every market move. This is the stage where wealth becomes more than numbers on a screen. It becomes structure, control, durability, legacy. At this level, the investor starts thinking about taxes, ownership, liquidity, protection, and long-term family wealth. They are no longer just asking how to grow money.
They are asking how to preserve it, how to protect it, how to pass it on. And something interesting happens here. People at this stage usually become quieter, less emotional, less impressed by short-term market noise, because they know real wealth is not built from excitement. It is built from ownership, from systems, from assets that keep producing over time. That is the final shift. Not just making money, owning the machine that makes money. If you look at all 8 levels together, you will notice something important. The journey is not really about finance alone. It is about identity. At first, you are trying to survive. Then you are trying to learn. Then you are trying to prove yourself. Then you start building structure. Then you start understanding the world more clearly. Then you start making better decisions with capital. Then you start thinking asymmetrically. And finally, you start owning real wealth. That is why investing is such a powerful journey, because it does not just change your bank account, it changes your mind. A lot of people get stuck because they want advanced results without advancing through the levels. They want level 8 freedom with level 2 habits. They want wealth without discipline. They want confidence without experience. They want peace without patience. But investing does not reward shortcuts. It rewards progression. Every level exists for a reason, and every stage teaches you something you cannot skip. If you skip the foundation, the structure collapses. If you ignore your emotions, they will control your decisions. If you chase returns without understanding risk, the market will humble you. So the real goal is not to move fast. The real goal is to move wisely. So the next time you think about investing, do not ask only what to buy. Ask where you are in the journey. Because once you know your level, you can make better decisions. You can stop comparing yourself to people at different stages. You can stop forcing strategies that do not fit your current reality. And you can start building real progress with clarity. That is how the game changes. Not all at once, not in one big dramatic moment, but level by level, decision by decision, emotion by emotion. Until one day, you look back and realize you are no longer just participating in the market, you are understanding it. And that is when everything changes. If this video helped you understand the real journey of investing, then the next step is simple. Learn your current level, respect the stage you are in, and build forward with patience, discipline, and intention. Because in investing, the people who win are not always the fastest. They are the ones who stay in the game long enough to grow into it.